Hello, my name is Tony. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a section on a web page that can be scrolled horizontally, like so. As you can see, this feature can be helpful when building a web page targeting mobile devices. Mobile devices usually don't have enough real estate on the screen, so having one of these can help displaying many contents in one screen. So let's get started. On my second screen, I've got my Atom editor and web browser on the right hand side of the screen. What I will do now is to set up the web server so the error message will be gone. Now I've got my web server set up, it's up and running, but it's blank. The first thing we need to have on the screen is a div area for housing the colored cards, so we can later on style it and we can later on scroll it horizontally. I'll be coding a div area now, and I will give a class name box. Now I will style the box. I will set the height to be 300 pixels. To make it visible, I will set the background color to be gray. Now, if I refresh the page, I expect to see a gray box on the screen. Cool. What's missing, what I'm not happy with is actually there's a little gap surrounding this gray area. And that's because there's a margin around this area. So what I would do is to style the entire body. And I will set the margin to be 0. Okay, so the gap is gone. The next thing we need is a area for the text area above this gray area. I'll be coding a header, and I will give a text as in posts. I will be styling the header, and I will give a height property to this header, and I will set the value to be 200 pixels. Let's refresh. Cool. We've got the text area. However, the size of the text is a little bit too small, so I will set the font size to be large enough. I think 500% would be enough. Cool. I also want to center this text, so I will set the property text align, and I will set the value of it to be center. Nice. I think the text is a little bit too close to the top. What I would do is to set the padding top for this text. And I will give a value of 40 pixels, like so. Now let's work on the box area. In this box area, we want to put a bunch of square cards inside of it, and they are colored ones, so we can scroll them. I've just created a div area and with a class called card-1. I will style it. I want to give a background color for this card so we can see it. I'll give it red, and I will set the height to be 100%. That means the height of this card is the same height as its parents. So in this case, the height would be 300 pixels because its parent box is 300 pixels of height. I will also set the width to be 300 pixels. So let's refresh the page. Nice. We can see the red card inside of the bar. I'm going to set the second card. And I will style the card. Well, in fact, I will just copy the style for card A, and I will simply just change card A to card B, and I will change the background color from red to yellow so we can tell the difference between these two cards. Cool. Now the next thing we want to do is to move the yellow card to the right hand side of the red card. How do we do that? We simply need to change the display property. By default, it's block. What we need is actually inline block. So what the difference between inline block and block is line by line, and inline block is everything is in one line. So I will bring the third card into this bar, and we will set it to have a class as in class C. And I will style the class C, and I will change the background color to green. Awesome. Now I'm gonna copy and paste these three cards a few more times. Cool. So as you can see, these cards are overflowing. So it's inside of the parent, but it's overflowing. What we want to do is to set the overflow so that it doesn't go out of the bar area. First and foremost, we want to set the overflow X to be because we want to be able to scroll horizontally, so we set the overflow X to be scroll. We don't want to be able to scroll horizontally and there's no point to do that because it's all in one line. So we set the overflow Y to be hidden, and it's gone. The next thing we want to do is to set up the value of white space. By default, it's normal, so it doesn't wrap. So it wraps, which means it's trying to put everything in one page. What we want to do is to set the value to be no wrap, so it doesn't wrap, which means all my cards are aligned in one line. Awesome. So if I try to scroll the bar area, we can. We can scroll the bar area now. However, you might notice that whenever I'm scrolling the bar, there's a scroll bar displaying. It's not a big deal, but if we are targeting the mobile devices, it doesn't look quite nice having the scroll bar showing up, so we want to make it disappear. To do that, we want to set up a property for the box area, and the thing is called our WebKit scroll bar. So what we want to do is to set the property display to be none. And if I refresh again, and if I go back to the page, try to scroll again, you can see the scroll bar doesn't show up anymore. Just to point out, this setting can only be applied to WebKit-based browser. So in other words, other kinds of browser, we cannot disable the scroll bar. For example, in Chrome, since it's WebKit-based browser, we can disable it. But if the page is displayed on a Firefox, we cannot disable the scroll bar, unfortunately. Nevertheless, even having a scroll bar displaying on the mobile device, it's still not very annoying. Alright, that's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the video, please click the like button or put your comments down below if you have any questions. Thank you very much.